Hey guys, so this video is different from what I usually do. I've wanted to make this sort of guide for a few months now since most of the other ones are really outdated and I feel like if I was a beginner I would have wanted something like this even back then, honestly. So for this video I did want to get a fresh account just to, make this as accurate as possible. But due to a lot of different elements, I was not able to do that. So this video is more so of a general advices and tips based on my experience of playing this game almost daily. Alright, first, I expect you to have already completed the tutorials, basically everything the game tells you. I know it is going to be a lot because I remember even before they changed the tutorial, it was a lot of content that you have to get through before you gain freedom of doing whatever you want. As per usual, there are going to be timestamps that you can navigate to. Alright, first, the most important thing in this game, the crystals. You're gonna want to save using these as much as possible, and because these can be used to upgrade cookies, especially legendaries. Legendaries can only be upgraded with crystals if you don't have a special cookies potion. The same goes for epics and their respective pets. So save your crystals and use alternate currencies whenever you can. For example, instead of using crystals to level up epics, you can use the cookie potion. There are also pet potions that you can use. And how do you actually get cookies? When it comes to the gacha, you can only gacha for the treasures. They removed the cookies and the pet gacha a while back. And I would recommend you should only pull on the special treasure draw because it allows you to pick which treasure to have a rate up, which means you're more likely going to get the treasures that you actually want. And use the tickets whenever you can because, when you're not using tickets, they're going to charge you with crystals. And also, the mileage system in the bottom left here, you can use mileage to purchase treasure fragments, and you can only get mileage when you spend crystals, and you can use the mileage to, most importantly, get legendary treasure fragments. This is going to be like the cheapest way, I think, to get legendary treasure fragments. And when it comes to treasures, you cannot use crystals to just level them up. Unlike with cookies and pets, you have to gacha for fragments or get the fragments from a shop. You cannot just use crystals and expect them to just be leveled up. Alright? So save your crystals and use alternate currencies whenever you can. Okay, when it comes to cookies and the pets, you can go to the cookies and pets page here. I can't show you this, but you probably know that you need to get star candies to obtain cookies. And the system here works sort of, they have different goalposts. And once you reach a goalpost, you can obtain a cookie and a pet. And the next goalpost is going to be for a different cookie and for a different pet. And the most important thing here is the slot swap tickets, which you can buy in the shop. I'll show you later. Essentially, if you want to get a cookie at a higher goalpost, then you can use these tickets to swap the position of that cookie to a lower goalpost. So this will be useful for you to get newer and better cookies or just cookies that you want without having to follow the game's set order. Also, just what I said, avoid using crystals whenever you can by using these tickets that are basically free cookies. Now, these are only used on cookies that you haven't reached the goalpost for. So if you don't have enough star candies to get a cookie, but you want them to get them right away, then you can use these tickets or crystals. But then again, like I said, avoid using crystals whenever you can. There's also the cookie costume gacha, and these costumes, they do give a point bonus, but it's only at most around like 1%. These don't really matter, so you can just pull whenever. I'm not the boss of you. It's mostly for aesthetics. As for what cookies to focus on, you can go into the cookies menu and sort by release. That's going to show you the most recent release cookie and like which cookies are most recently buffed. Those usually are the best ones, but alternatively, you can just, focus on whichever cookies you want. It doesn't matter if you're not into meta, that is. Or you can look into whatever cookies people are using in the breakouts, because cookies in breakout metas tend to stay in meta a lot longer. And yeah, right now it's like, peach and fig, I think, are pretty good investments. But then again, you can just go for whichever cookies you want. But I would recommend going for the newer ones. Okay, as for what story mode or like what game modes you should focus on, first and foremost, it's going to be main story. Main story is going to give you a lot of rewards, and most importantly, it's going to give you free cookies. Right? It's going to give you free cookies, more precisely like fragments to level them up. This game mode gives you free cookies, and you should play it. Go as far as you can. Same goes for Breakout, as I mentioned. You should use whatever combis possible. It doesn't matter, you don't have to go for the top combi for the top score. You can use Dr. Wasabi's combi generator if you aren't sure. I used to use this a lot back in the day. Yeah, you can use that, and again, just run as far as you can. It doesn't matter. There are different ranks for rewards, and the further you go, more rewards you're gonna get. But yeah, just run as far as you can. These gold gems are really, really valuable. And the next mode to focus is cookie trials. Whenever you get like a cookie and their pet, you're gonna unlock their trial. And when you play their trial, you're gonna get certain rewards. Like besides gold gems, it's gonna be crystals and star candy to help you unlock even more cookies. And general advice for breakout, cookie trials, and story mode is go as far as you can. You don't need to get everything, just go as far as you can. Also, additionally, you can go for the title events. These events rotate out every update, but these do limit what cookies and pets you can use. But if you just have them at level 1, you can still complete most of the missions and get the rewards. It's just going to take a lot longer. So consider that. But also, you can unlock the stories through this pretty much free, so I think you would want to do that. And some honorable mentions, random challenges. You can play this, you can get the ticket. You can play these for pretty good rewards, but it is going to require a lot of luck and some degree of skill. So I wouldn't really touch it, but it is a fun mode. It is a fun mode, I will say. And as for trophy race, you can play up to a point. There's a certain point which you can just use whatever combis you want. But when you reach a certain point, it's going to require you to have certain combis. And, you decide whenever to stop, because this is the game's competitive mode, and, chasing meta isn't really fun. If it's not your thing, then don't try too hard. Alright, next. The most important thing right now is the gem exchange shop. This is where you're gonna buy most things. This shop has everything that you're ever gonna need. And most importantly, here are the crystals and the rainbow cubes. There are also other currencies, like I've said before, that you can purchase with these gold gems, like pet potions and these special tickets that you can use. Also, there's the legendary potions and diamond sugar crystals. You can also get legendary cookies, their candy material, treasures, and pets. But I would recommend making sure you have at least 3,000 of these gems every week, because the shop rotates every week. you have 3,000 gems to buy crystals for a week. And only when you have enough of that, then I would say go for the legendaries fragments. All right, next is going to be the lab. This is where you can craft like rainbow cubes and potions and a lot of other stuff too. And the most important thing here, besides the other that I mentioned, is the diamond sugar crystal. You can only make this once every week. This is going to be needed for the legendary cookies candy. And you're going to need a lot of these for just one cookie. And because you can only get like one per week, it's going to take a really long time if you wait until you get the legendary cookie to start crafting. So I'd say if you can, go to the lab and make that once a week. Those diamond sugar crystals you can also buy in the gold gem shop as well. Now, as you're getting started, you're going to need a lot of coins to level up. What I would recommend is using Mint Choco with his pet, Mr. Soleti, and as well as Cheesecake Cookie, because these two are going to give you a lot of coins. Specifically, you should use Cheesecake with the Fluffy Cheese Cat. There are also coin treasures that you should use alongside them. And because these two only have trials for the non-coin pets, I'd say you should go to a mode like Breakout or whatever mode and just use them on this map, just like play around with them. And they're gonna give you a lot of coins, especially at max level. And you can look at the top right corner here. It says that today has a coin bonus of 50%. Play Mint Choco and Cheesecake on these days and you're gonna get a lot more coins. That's what to do if like you're running low on coins, but like as you can see for me, as you get later on in the game, coins become basically negligible and you're not really going to use them for anything else. Right, that's just general guides for what you should focus on and what you should do in the game. Now, how do you like actually get better? I see this question a lot. Like, how do you get better? How do you get higher scores? Well, besides the roadblock that would be maxed cookies, max pets, max treasures, it's gonna be you just learning and playing the game. Ovenbreak is a skill-based game. You don't get better by spending more money. You get better by just playing the game a lot. So you know like when to jump, how far to jump, and when to slide and all that. And in the game, there's this technical license. And while the tests for these are really difficult, but they do teach you several different techniques and get you a bit more used to like some of the more niche techniques in the game, and I think it's really nice. Besides that, my general advice is to look up guides. There are guides for almost every single mode in the game. Just type them in like on YouTube and you will find a video of a guide on how to get max score and which combi to use, when to jump and all that. Besides that, you can go onto Discord, Reddit, or just any social media platform that has Ovenbreak in it. Just ask for help, just ask people for help. And people will, answer. Wait, that has been my general guides, advice, video, or whatever. I'm sure I may have missed something or I just got something wrong, or if you still have any questions or if there's anything that's still troubling you, you can leave them in the comments, I'll try my best to answer it. And yeah, I hope this video has been useful and maybe you've learned something from this. If you are a beginner, I hope you have fun. I hope you have fun playing Ovenbreak. Yeah, that has been a quick video for me. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!